up, everybody? It's your boy Alex, and welcome back to the Brave Lionheart channel. Now, before I actually do start this video, sorry about that. I've actually not been feeling good yesterday. I've been mostly having a sore throat, and my body was aching really bad. And today I've just been having like a lot of bad coughs, but I'm taking medicine to try and make myself feel better. So hopefully the coughs won't bother you too much in this video, and I'll probably be, uploading it once I start feeling better and all that, and we'll see how that goes. But anyway, yes, welcome back to the Brave Lionheart channel. Sorry about that. Again, not feeling too good. But we are also back with another reaction video once again, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, it is something I have not done since my old channel. We're reacting to some more dead meat kill counts. But more specifically, we're taking a look at a kill count that I'm pretty sure I did in on my other channel, which of course, in particular, is probably one of my favorite horror movies to watch, and that is Happy Death Day. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure this is something not a lot of you remember. So, if you guys don't know what Happy Death Day is, little scenario for it is basically, think of it like a horror movie version of the movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. Instead replaced with a blonde girl that is basically reliving her death over and over again, trying to figure out who the killer is. Sorry to clear my throat there for a second. But also, that's the basic premise of that movie. Now, a couple years after that movie came out, we got ourselves a sequel, Happy Death Day to You, which basically dropped the whole horror movie aspect and basically turned into a sci-fi thriller comedy that also has kills in it and tries to be horror-ish. And that's basically the video reacting to. Alright, I'm going to try not to talk as much for this intro because, again, I'm not feeling good, and hopefully by the time when I upload this video, I'm going to be feeling better and all that, and we'll see. We'll just see how that goes. Alright? Sorry about that. Still feel a little bit, but let's get on with the video, shall we? Oh, and this is something I also probably didn't mention in the intro. If I didn't do Happy Death Day on my original channel, let me know in the comment section below if you guys want me to do a reaction to Dead Meat's kill count on that. Just to get things going, if you want me to do that, or something like that. But anyway, let's stop wasting time and let's jump right into the video. So, start the video in 3, 2, 1, let's get going. And hopefully by the time that I do this reaction video and edit it all together, I will be feeling a lot better because I'm slowly starting to feel better. Sort of, yeah. My voice is still a little bit scratchy and I'm trying not to talk too much, but we'll see what happens.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Happy Death Day to You, our first 2019 film on the Kill Count. Happy Death Day to You is the sequel to 2017's genre-bending Happy Death Day, and true to that film's spirit...
First movie had a really well-thought-out title card, actually.
There are still a bunch of kills, integral to the plot of a single day repeating itself, but there's also a whole new sci-fi angle that attempts...
What's crazy is James explaining the movie better than I could in the intro. If I wasn't feeling sick.
Functions just fine without any kind of answer as to why Tree had to relive her birthday over and over again. But this sequel mostly pulls it off while successfully building...
I also noticed that that scene where she kills herself with a Drano, I noticed that's on his shelf, so that's really funny that he has that.
But it's still a treat to watch these two films back to back, thanks to returning writer-director Christopher Landon and the efforts he took to make them feel like one seamless experience. Happy Death Day to You was filmed a year and a half after they had finished shooting the first one. But since it's supposed to take place partially...
That actually does have a funny line in that scene when she wakes up back in the loop.
And featured extras. To really appreciate how much they matched everything to the first film, and because I've got to plug my own shit, I recommend you rewatch the kill count for Happy Death Day if it's been a while since you've seen the movie. I rewatched the episode myself, and I'm happy to say I still think it's a great kill count script, even though my narration is somehow both rushed and unenthusiastic at the same time. Come on, Past James, get it together. How many people will die in this sequel, and how many new tree puns can I come up with while I count them? Let's find out and get to the kills.
Alright, here we go.
The movie begins with a bell tower ringing. Ryan Fan, Mr. Fine Vagine himself, wakes up in his car and makes his way back to the dorm, passing a snippy dog, a change-seeking bush dweller, and an intern on
You
wheels.
always know about those bush hobos.
These and other oddly specific things are there for us to re-experience when the inevitable time loop starts up again. Ryan gets to his dorm room and walks straight into the ending of the first movie, line for line.
I'm not sleeping in my car again. It smells like Hot Pockets and feet. Get out! I just want to clean underwear.
Here's a perfect example, actually. Just compare that to the same scene from the end of the original and see how well they recreated it.
I'm not sleeping in my car again. It smells like Hot Pockets and feet. Get out! I just want clean underwear.
Very different delivery in the original, or the first one.
Pushing on a bumper sticker and a cut to credits. This movie continues with Ryan going to the school's quantum mechanics lab. There,
clean my glasses.
Third squad of new characters, Samar and Dre, are fucking with some heavy-looking super science shit. Their machine apparently had some kind of high-energy output the day before.
Yesterday, 12:01 a.m.
Meaning it's probably the cause of Tree's repetitive growth cycle in the first movie. But Dean Bronson, another new character, is sick of the blackouts and lack of results coming from Ryan's quantum thesis project.
Yep.
What?
Really
Ryan
annoying
outside the couch
teachers.
gets a real creepy picture texted to him. And
Not
he
saying
follows
every
the
teacher is annoying.
into
Not
an
teachers in real life, I
where his
mean. They're
inspection of
awesome.
a closet leads to death via Babyface, who stabs him in the chest. Like the
Yeah.
original, this movie is PG.
This is kind of the thing that I wanted to mention about, like, the certain baby face killer in the first one. He basically just uses your standard serial killer weapon, which is just a butcher knife. But Michael Myers was really the first one to do it better than this guy. And I know he starts using a lot of different weapons in this movie, but really? Just this stereotypical butcher knife weapon for a serial killer? Or more specifically, a horror movie slasher villain?
G13, so don't expect a lot of gore. But hey, at least we got an impact shot. Ryan wakes up in his car, and you already know what to expect here. Hyper Hound,
Waking up on the same day.
Gordon Coffee Boy. This movie knows you know what it's all about, but it'll run through the familiar fast enough. Don't worry. In fact, right away, when Ryan mentions having deja vu to Tree and Carter, they recognize that he might be barking up the same tree that she was. But when he says that he too was killed by a baby-faced heel, they get confused.
Toombs is dead.
So's Lori.
And who's the killer this time?
I don't know.
Dun dun dun!
She gives Ryan a vignetted recap of the first movie, and with everyone all caught up, they head to Ryan's murder spot so Tree can take a whack at solving this mystery. Also, hey, Tree with a baseball bat reminds me of the kill I missed in the first movie that a few of you pointed out. Before Tree herself was splintered with a home run, she hit one of her sorority sisters, Kappa Becky, in the head just as hard with the same bat. So, yeah, that was probably a kill. Meaning the first movie actually had 20 kills, not 19. So go ahead and make a correction in your little notebooks or whatever. I know some of you have those. They inspect the closet, but don't find any killers, baby-faced or otherwise. So Ryan introduces Tree to a science project.
The Sisyphus Quantum Cooling Reactor. We call it Sissy for short.
That's a fun name, since Sisyphus was the Greek mythological figure who was tasked with rolling a boulder up a hill. Every time
Yeah, but Sissy's not the best name for it.
Kind of like reliving
Just-
the same day
just saying.
repeatedly, huh? Ryan gives a sciencey explanation about how Sissy was made to manipulate time, and Tree informs him that it worked. These mofos made a time loop. They have lunch in the cafeteria, where Tree's sorority president Kappa Danielle shows up to Danielle at her for missing a house meeting and hanging out with a bunch of nerds.
Ew.
So we've established that she's still a meanie pants. Got it. Tree
Yeah,
introduces
Danielle
her new
sucks.
relationship status.
Oh, wait, are you my girlfriend?
Kinda.
As she tells Ryan he's got a whole bunch of dying to look forward to. Hopefully he'll be better than her at keeping a kill count of all his deaths.
I died 11 times.
Oh yeah, Tree? Because in my video I counted 10, so I hope you've got the receipts. In an effort to keep Ryan safe from the new babyface killer, Carter suggests that they go to a basketball game so they can have safety in numbers. But yeah, that might not be the best idea.
Why is that
It's
such
like
a popular
Carter
mask for this town or
did that.
city or whatever?
Never mind. The game gives Tree a chance to check in on plot lines from the first movie, like that Tim guy's recent emergence.
Oh yeah, and brings up probably one of the funniest lines from this movie.
But then an alarm goes off, sending the student body flowing through crowded hallways. And sure enough, an especially mean-looking baby starts making their way towards Ryan. Babyface eventually catches up to Ryan in the basement, but they're knocked out by Tree. And when they demask the individual, they're shocked at what they see. A second Ryan.
Ooh,
Ryan, too,
what
wakes
a
up
twist!
into a chair and tries to explain.
I was trying to close the loop, but somehow I got knocked into a parallel time loop.
Talk about timey-wimey. Ryan 2 says that they have to kill Ryan 1 for butterfly effect reasons, I guess. But instead, Ryan 1 boots up the sissy machine and ignores his doppelganger's warning.
You don't understand what you're doing! Shut up, fake Ryan!
As the machine lurches to life, Dre, Samar, Dean Bronson, and some security dudes walk in, and things go to hell in a handbasket. When Sissy finishes initializing, it releases a huge
As Master Tang would put it,
explosion that
all the hell
back
broke
in super
loose.
slow motion while the flower duet plays.
The most overused music in pretty much any kind of media.
Tower chimes, waking Tree up in Carter's bed, with him greeting her a good morning, and her phone playing that awesome ringtone again.
Yep. She's back in the loop again.
Yes, Tree is back in yesterday yet again, resulting in some understandably unbridled rage.
Ryan! You dumbass! This sucks! It sucks the biggest mega balls in the history of shitty balls! Suckery!
Perfect response, actually.
Don't understand what's happening. They follow Tree as she cuts through the campus and freaks out over seeing the usual activity.
There it is. Alright, come on, give us the line. Oh, they cut it! They didn't even play it! I'll explain it to you. So, like, she walks up to her boyfriend. He's still there, about to say the same thing that he did on the loop. And she just goes up to him and she's like, "You are gay!" I don't know what it is that makes that line so funny for me. It just is. It's hilarious, actually.
They appear to know each other, and Lori didn't even make a poison cupcake for Tree. Ryan surmises that maybe Tree is in a sort of multiverse situation. Although she woke up on the same day, it wasn't necessarily in the same dimension, and thus the minor differences she's been noticing. Like I said, this plot might seem confusing, but a little featurette on the Blu-ray helps break it down. When Sissy misfired, it created a time loop on Monday, September 18th that we saw play out in the first movie. That loop closed when Tree killed Lori, but then another loop was created. I'm not sure.
I get it!
This time, for the next day,
I don't get it.
Booted up Sissy yet again.
Shouldn't have done that.
Loop, only in a parallel dimension. That's mostly the same, but has some minor differences. Also, some major differences, like how Danielle and Carter are now a couple.
What?
This dimension's Danielle is a bit more chill and a lot more friendly,
We're doing the special needs art fair again.
even if she is still a bit of a dunce.
And Frank was blind. And
That makes Tree feel any better about losing her new boyfriend to her old frenemy. Tree excuses herself from this awkward situation and heads to that birthday lunch with her dad, where she finds another aberration in this dimension.
Hey, her mom's alive!
Still alive on this side of the sissy loop. That's some heavy shit right there. And as always, Jessica Roth frickin' kills it in the acting department. I love how well she plays Tree across a huge range of emotions. It makes for one of the absolute best characters I've ever covered on the Kill Count. Seeing her mom alive again makes Tree second guess trying to get back to her own dimension, even if that would mean not having Carter as a boyfriend. I mean, yeah, he's a nice boy, but you're gonna take the not dead mom every time, man. Except, I guess it might be kinda weird crash landing in the middle of another lifetime.
Memories are mine.
That night, Tree sees on the news that John Toombs is still around in this dimension, so she makes her way to the hospital to stop him from getting out and killing people. He's not in his room, though. Instead, there's just a police officer who arrests Tree for brandishing an axe at him. Come on, Tree, you should know how scary it is to have an axe waved around at you. As the cop walks her out of there, he's ambushed and attacked by Babyface.
Oh, well, there goes the cop.
Stabs to the midsection. It quickly becomes clear that this dimension's Babyface.
You know, you
isn't
honestly could have let her have the freaking axe.
that she just took John Toombs to an operating room, so this Babyface can't be him either. Looks like we're in for a game of Who's That Babyface?
Hey, my favorite game show.
Under construction
That's
to be
only for this
destroyed
review.
in the scare zone. And while walking through it, Lori turns around to reveal a knife in her belly. She dies, bleeding from her mouth, another victim of this dimension's mystery Babyface. The Bayfield baby chases Tree with a sledgehammer all the way to the rooftop, where Tree's eagerness to get away results in another death, her own, after she falls off the edge many stories to the ground below. You'd think a
And just like that, she woke up back into the loop once again. You know, honestly, if something like this happened to me, I would obviously pick my family to, stay with if I was stuck in an alternate timeline. or any timeline that actually had my family still in, I would still pick them to live pretty much in just any timeline that has them in it. You know, whether it be like the Dark Ages or something like that. I would always pick my family. You know, that's just my opinion. If I got stuck in like a death time loop thing or something, but you know, whatever. We'll see how that works.
Up at square one again.
And yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try not to talk too much because my voice doesn't feel good. I went southern there for a second. My voice.
Awesome, lengthy conversation with after a screening of this movie I went to, decided that even though Tree would be stuck repeating the same day again, she wanted to have more fun with Jessica Roth's wardrobe.
Got to get out of these disgusting clothes.
So be on the lookout for Tree's 17 costume changes that Whitney got to pick out.
17? Jeez!
Elevate the movie, Whitney. Tree tells Ryan to just close the loop so she can stay in this current dimension with her not dead mom. But the Geek Squad admits to not knowing exactly how Sissy works. In fact, they would need many days of trial and error to figure it all out. But since the same day keeps repeating itself, there's no way to keep track of their results. That is, unless Tree becomes a human notepad.
That's the downside to finding the algorithm to fix the machine. You gotta be the death loop guinea pig.
No other way. So we get ourselves another music-backed, death-filled montage. In it, Tree learns what doesn't work, and then, to avoid a painful death at the hands of a babyface killer, simply kills herself to reset the day. The first time is via hairdryer in the bathtub, which is enough to kill anyone who's not Uncle Fester. Damn, Tree.
Yeah, great practical hair effect. Not so much on the CGI.
Which she drinks right there in the middle of the supermarket. Yeah, you're gonna want to flush your pipes after that one.
Yeah.
They came up with the third death during reshoots for the movie. After seeing Carter and Danielle all lovey together, Tree goes skydiving without outerwear or a parachute, and somehow perfectly times her jump to green screen fall in front of the kissing.
Really bad green screen effect, actually.
Timber on the way down. The fourth death also came from reshoots and makes the tree pun for me, since she sprays
yeah, this.
and is turned into a fine spray.
Ugh. I don't know what it is about, like, you know, a death by wood chipper. It just, just the idea of it being chucked into a wood chipper and all mushed up with all your body parts getting cut off and stuff like that, just, it just would not sit well in my mind. Yeah, also, Beaver-X, I think it says right there, the words are kind of getting in the way. Real great name for a company, just, wow. So does that mean that they also chop up beavers in the wood chipper?
Of red. Also, the tree chipper's company name, Biff, is a reference to Back to the Future, since earlier they had mentioned that clear influence.
Are you serious? You've never seen Back to the Future?
Sorry.
This montage of failure is capped off with another cool transition effect, just like the first one had, with Tree falling from the top of a bell tower through time and space.
Oh yeah, that's a really cool transition right there.
End montage. All of these deaths have left Tree feeling pretty wilted, so she lands herself in the hospital, where she's tended to by Dr. Gregory Butler, that licentious professor who, if you'll recall from the first movie, had been sleeping with both Tree and Lori. Only in this dimension, Gregory doesn't recognize Tree at all. We saw during the montage earlier that he's still been sleeping with Lori, though. So when Tree tells him that Lori's about to get killed by someone in the basement, he runs off to save his student parent.
I wouldn't trust him, Tree. I would not trust him.
Police officer and steals his gun to go hunting for babies. That sounds less humane than it is. But instead of a dirty baby to kill, Tree finds Lori, who's already been got. Looks like a couple of stab wounds to the chest. 53 minutes in. Call it. A baby face appears behind Tree, but a hospital mirror allows her to shoot him a couple of times. As he does,
there you go.
He masks him to find John Toombs, just as handsome as ever. Thanks for the extra kill, John. She asks Toombs who set him free, but before she can get an answer, the real babyface killer grabs her from behind. Seeing no other option, Tree decides to shoot at a tank of gas and kill both herself and this dimension's babyface, giving us 2 more kills for the count. Tree lays out all the knowledge she's learned in her many trial runs with this experiment, and with all these failures on display, there's apparently only one remaining solution to the problem. Whatever they do works, and the system boots properly. And just in case you need it spelled out why they're so happy here, Ryan summarizes the situation.
Just so we're totally clear, one variant closes the loop in this dimension, and the other one sends you back to your original dimension and closes that loop. It's final decision.
Yeah, still don't get what you're saying there, dude.
Tree tells Ryan that she's planting her roots here, in this dimension, so he boots up the sissy and it fails. Why did it fail? Well, apparently, Samar got a virus on the computer by opening spam porn, although he denies it like you might deny eating pieces of shit for breakfast.
No.
Ryan's gonna have to spend 7 hours manually re-entering all that code. But instead of using that time to save Lori from Babyface at the hospital, Tree would rather just lay low and survive so she can have a happy, mom-filled life.
I have to stay alive. I can't go back to that hospital. It's way too risky.
I love this character beat for Tree. Although she grew as a person in the first film, of course her selfish tendencies are going to come out again if it means getting her mom back.
I can't lose her again.
It's great character writing like that that makes up for this movie's messy sci-fi plot. Carter also says that if Tree stays in this dimension, she'll be denying the emotional loss that helped make her who she is today. He suggests saying goodbye instead of living a lie, but Tree would rather survive and keep her mom alive. So later on, as the Quantum Quorum convenes to finish their work and boot that sissy up, Tree travels with her parents to get out of town. But while they head to a safe place, Tree's mom talks about a Cinnabon birthday experience that Tree doesn't remember.
That wasn't me.
They're not her memories.
You might want to rethink.
You know, that always was the weirdest twist to me, to find out that she's stuck in a loop that's like taking over someone else's life. Yeah, that always felt weird to me, but it's a really nice twist for a non-horror sci-fi thriller film. Or more like a sci-fi thriller comedy, maybe, I guess. Not really sure what type of words to use for this sequel, even though considering this movie has kills in it, still does not count as a horror movie for some reason, I guess. I don't even know. But again, really cool twist idea.
At a motel, while watching a picture from the Black Lagoon, Tree talks to her mom about life and second chances. When her mom says that she would always choose to be with her dad, no matter how many redos she was given, Tree realizes that she wants to be with Carter. It's gonna be kinda hard to do that, though, since Carter has taken it upon himself to save Lori in the hospital. And as Tree sees on the news, he joins Lori and the hospital police officer as a victim of Babyface's killing spree.
Yay, off-screen kills.
Will go on the count, since they happen
Well, I think it's no surprise which kill's gonna get the Dull Machete award.
Revealed to us in a new Since Tree doesn't want Carter dead forever, she tries calling Ryan so he can cancel Sissy's loop closing. When he doesn't answer, she runs out of the room and drives her car to that power station they passed earlier, where she's able to stop Sissy's loop closing at the very last instance by crashing into the station. Tree is killed yet again in the high-impact car.
Really great car stunt, too, actually, now that I think about it.
University and puts an end to Sissy's efforts. The next day, or the same day, Tree tells Ryan that she wants to go back to her original dimensions and she doesn't want to be stuck living in the past. While he gets all the science in order, Tree goes and gives this dimension's Lori a pep talk, telling her to dump the dork Dr. Gregory. More importantly, she also meets with her mom for one last conversation, wherein she says goodbye and that she loves her, something everyone who's lost a parent would absolutely kill to do. It's another tearjerker scene in this genre-bending movie, but thanks to the acting talent involved, it works and never comes off as hokey, even with the Hallmark Channel shot of them blowing out a candle together.
You're always gonna be my little girl.
With this dimension's loose ends tied up, Tree has the Quantum Rangers go power up the Sissy machine to send her back to her own dimension. Unfortunately for her, that's when Dean Bronson
Of course.
shuts the whole thing down. Sissy is taken away to his office, and the students are left forlorn, since Tree is so weak from
Like, seriously, why couldn't the babyface killer go after this guy?
after another reset? This leads to something that probably no one expected going into this movie. A friggin' heist sequence, complete with a very wacky diversion for the Dean in the form of Danielle acting like a blind French foreign exchange student. It's a scene with extremely broad humor, and even though actors Rachel Matthews and Steve Zissou are giving it their all, it's
very cringeworthy, too.
For my taste.
Checkmate.
Danielle gets Dean Bronson's keys to the others so they can sneak into his office and roll the Sissy past his awesome kitty portrait. And in no time at all,
More on the
boot
creep
back
factor
on.
for me,
It's gonna
actually.
take them a while to get it back on board. Tree figures that she can still save this dimension's Lori from her babyface death. She heads to the hospital and steals the police officer's gun again, then busts into John Toombs' room and saves Lori by shooting Toombs to death
dang!
out of his bed. They run
That stray bullet just took him out of the bed!
Babyface, who's been trying to kill Lori, and it turns Turns out that new babyface is Dr. Gregory.
Dun dun dun!
She's deduced by now. Gregory's wife Stephanie found out about his affair with Lori. So
Okay.
Gregory, like Lori in the
Okay,
film,
no,
agreed to
no.
slapped a baby mask on him, so the
Not really sure how she came up with this whole scenario about the doctor and wanting to get revenge on Lori for breaking up with him or something. I don't know how Tree came up with it. Movie doesn't seem to explain it, so I don't know. It doesn't matter. The movie's almost over, so we'll just slip that in there, I guess.
criminal would take the fall when Gregory told Lori to save his marriage. Slow clap for figuring all that out, Tree. But why's Gregory still smirking?
You see, there's one little detail you failed to realize in all this.
Oh, really? What's that?
Oh, his wife!
Lori is shot in the gut by Gregory's wife Stephanie, and the couple prepares to dispose of Tree too, so they can clean up after his affair and keep their marriage looking strong. It's a little convoluted, but I think I've got it, as long as there aren't any more twists.
Nope, there
I
is.
want a divorce.
Damn it, Gregory, what are you, man? One half of a ghost face killer couple?
Yeah, we're just straight up in Scream territory now.
Tree into an MRI room. Although he has the upper hand at first, Tree realizes where she is and turns the tables with a Jason X one-liner.
You're screwed.
The MRI
Boom!
puts Gregory against the machine behind a wheelchair, and when Tree lets go of the screwdriver in her hand, it impales Gregory in the gut. I'm not sure if he's like dead right here, but I'll put him on the count.
Somehow arteries in horror movies just don't work.
I'm gonna leave her on the count too. Screw it. Lori, however, is clearly not on the count, since she's survived and gets ushered off for medical help. During all of this, Dean Bronson figures out that he's fallen victim to a ruse, a cunning attempt to trick him, and realizes that the sissy is getting booted up again. There's some slow motion cross-cutting between Dean Bronson breaking into the quantum lab and Tree and Carter moving in for a kiss, all while Sissy gets closer and closer to booting up and sending Tree back to her own dimension. Thanks to some strategic leg hugging by Dre, the Dean isn't able to stop Sissy in time. The machine boots up and the sparks fly, literally and figuratively, before we find ourselves back in the original dimension, sitting in the aftermath of the Sissy's initial explosion.
Yay, happy ending!
Danielle?
Jackpot!
Nope, there's our happy ending right
then and
there.
But we do get a mid-credits scene that shows our heroes picking up trash on campus to make up for their science explosion. And don't judge Samar for eating that ground churro, because you wouldn't waste food either if you spent 200 days lost at sea. The students are picked up by some G-men in dark suits and dark sunglasses and taken to DARPA, where Sissy is now held by the government. But in order to make the machine work again, the G-men say they're gonna need a test subject that they can intentionally put inside a time loop. This very strange ending of Danielle waking up in bed screaming, possibly in the middle of her own time loop? Alrighty then. How many bodies did Babyface make like a tree and leave flying around? Let's find out and get to the numbers. Whoa, guys, I just came from another dimension where I'm Lucy's pet.
What?
Oh, we gotta get out of here? Okay, Lucy wants us to go do the numbers. Yes, Master.
Okay, sure.
If we include Stephanie, then 20 people died in Happy Death Day to You. The victims included 7 men, 1 unknown baby.
Considering a lot of them were tree-related deaths.
Again, giving us the rare pie chart with more women than men, but also, again, mostly because 8 of those lady deaths were Tree. With a runtime of 100 minutes, we had a kill on average every 5 minutes flat. I'll give the gold saw for coolest kill to the tree chipper death during the montage.
Yeah, you're not gonna give it to that death because it's a wood chipper.
Most of these kills were lacking. Dull machete for lamest kill will go to John Toombs when he got shot by Tree a couple of times.
Cool flip effect though, but you know.
About what was going on. And
there you have it, guys. That is my reaction to Dead Meat's kill count on Happy Death Day to You. And I want to apologize again if my voice isn't feeling too good. I still recorded this all while I was feeling sick, but hopefully by the time I get all this together, I'll be feeling better and I'll be getting back to reactions and stuff like that in other videos. Still waiting on some new stuff to come up and all that, so I'm just going to try to talk my best and do the outro. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching this video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Click on it. Never miss a new video. Still trying to get new content out there for you guys, and hopefully, you know, try to feel better from, you know, really bad sore throat, coughing, and all that. But anyway, until then, I'll see all you awesome fans later. Bye-bye!